Hello, everyone. It's Helen Eimer, Success Coach, and I am so excited to be here today as we dive into the Masterclass Sustainable Success Building a Business that Outlasts Your Energy Spikes. I'm going to share this to the group and then we'll get started. So get settled, get excited. This is going to be so much fun. Awesome. Welcome, you guys. This masterclass means so much to me because it's something that I've lived through, it's something that I've worked through, and it's something that I want to teach you about so that you can and will build a business that outlasts your energy spikes. A lot of people know me and they know I have a lot of energy. But you guys, I'm human too. And there are times when I have energy lows, right? And I don't feel like doing anything. Today we're going to dive into what that means for you when you are feeling those lows or you're not feeling like way up here, right? Your business can still have success, and that's what we're going to teach you about. So we're going to dive into this topic because this is and can be the difference between constantly hitting burnout and achieving consistent, sustainable success that really feels like a natural extension of who you are, of who your business is. Because again, we are humans and we have these ups and lows, but what if we can sustain the success no matter what we're feeling, no matter what's going on? Hello, welcome to this masterclass. Please, if you're watching live or watching the replay, go ahead and jot your name down, share your name, and tell us where you're from. Tell us what business you are running or that you are in or where you work at. We want to hear from you so that today you can build this sustainable success that outlasts your energy spikes, no matter what you're feeling. So by the end of this session, you're going to have a clear understanding of how to manage your energy, especially the highs and the lows, right? Are you guys ever like roller coaster, like it's either up or down, or maybe you go for so many days and you physically have to stop or you get physically sick, right? I know some women who will go and they have big events, and after that they like literally have to take a week off. They literally are taken to their knees, right? And forced to stop. But what if it could be different? What if that success could be sustainable no matter what your energy is? That's what we're focusing on today. So this class is going to teach you how to manage your energy, especially the really highs and the really lows, to maintain that steady flow of influence, income, and impact in the work that you're doing. It's not about doing more. Spoiler alert, it's not about doing more, even though high achieving women feel that it's about doing more. I'm not doing enough. I should be there already. This should have happened. I need to stay up longer. I need to work harder. I need to skip this event or this trip with my family because I have to or must be in the office. It's not about that. It's about sustaining what works and eliminating what doesn't. So we're going to get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about identifying energy triggers. We're going to talk about creating your sustainable energy plan. And we're going to talk about embracing consistent momentum. So drop 1, 2, or 3 and let me know which one you're most excited to hear about. So number 3 was embracing consistent momentum. Number 2, creating a sustainable energy plan. And number 1 is identifying your energy triggers. And so let me know, like when I said those, like which one vibrationally felt more powerful to you. We're going to dive right in. So first, I'm going to just drop a little truth bomb for you all. It's a really hard truth, right? But your success isn't about how hard or how much you work in the moments of high energy. Sustainable success happens when you learn how to create results, even on your low energy days. You are human. You are human. You will have low energy days. So thinking that you won't have problems in your business, that everything will go so smoothly, like that's like the expectation versus reality chat. And that is a whole nother chat we can have. But when we say like, oh, I always have to have high energy, or have you ever said this? I function best when it's chaotic, right? I function better when I'm busy. I function better when I actually have more to do. I thrive on chaos. Anyone ever said that? If you're a high achiever, you've said that. I know you have, because I've said the same things. And so it was that constant like, oh, I got to go. I got to go. And when I'm not going, when I'm not on my game, then just shit, the shit flies off the handle, right? And we can say that. So many of you feel incredible on your high energy days, but that can lead to exhaustion and lower motivation in the following days or weeks, right? You may have 3 really good days and then you've got one like you're like, ugh, pull the rug out from under me, can't even move, or maybe you need a couple days to catch up. So this cycle of high and low energy can drain your productivity and hold your business back from real growth, right? And so Karen's saying, or function best with a close approaching deadline, right? Right? Are any of you productive procrastinators? That means that you're always doing things, you're always getting things done, but it might not be always the right things. But then when there's a deadline, right? You're like, oh yeah, scramble, scramble, scramble. I always get it done. I always get it done. But is it at the expense of your energy? And a lot of times it is. Is it at the expense of that high energy and then the low energy? It's like your body's like, I don't really know how to function today, or I not sure what to do, or I'm feeling low energy, or I'm feeling unfocused. Yes, Lori. So step number 1, identify your energy triggers. So to sustain your success, you need to know what causes those energy spikes and what causes those dips. And when are you most energized and what tends to drain you? So what I'd like for you to do, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, you can, if you're watching the replay, you can pause this, take as much time as you want, but get something to write with, or you can do this in your head. If you're driving or you're listening to this on the go, please stay focused on what you're doing and come back to this. But I want you to take a moment and think about a typical week, right? Just take like the past 7 days or the future 7 days, right? Notice your highest energy periods and your lowest and write them down. So I would encourage you to take the last 7 days so that you have a very good picture of what this was like for you, or the last few days. It doesn't even have to be that long. And you guys, this exercise will take about 2 minutes. And I want you to notice your highest energy periods. So the way I like to do this best is you just take a piece of paper and you draw a line down the center. And one side says drains energy and one side says gives me energy, right? And I want you to just take a minute and write down things that drain your energy. And on the other side, write down things that give you energy, or what you notice when you have a lot of energy, right? Maybe you are coming up against a deadline. Maybe you are, have more to do when you have more energy. Maybe you are, it's a certain day of the month for you, right? And as women, we have to think about that. We have to think of our energy spikes that go along with who we are as a person and our physical body. Okay, so I want you to reflect on the events, the actions, the people that are involved. And this will help you identify the patterns that affect your energy. Just think about like where, the high energy, maybe there's a certain person there that makes you really feel that high energy. Maybe there's a certain person who makes you feel a lower energy, or when you're with them, you feel a lower energy, or you feel like your cup is empty, right? So you can ask this many different ways. What fills my cup? What drains my cup? What is high energy? What is not high energy? When do I get the most done? When do I not get the most done? So however your brain wants to perceive this and feels the best and most comfortable, ask them that question. But just identify, just take a few minutes to identify. And I encourage you, I would love for you guys to share anything that's coming up for you. So if anyone would want to share, and you don't have to, or you can send me in a private message, but this is only going to help you, right? When we acknowledge these things, that's when the shift starts to happen, right? Because if we just pretend like they're not there, or we create a belief that that's just how we are, right? Like, oh, I work best under pressure. That is how you will always work best, because you keep telling yourself that and you believe that fully. And it may be true that you work best under pressure, but again, does that cost you energy? Do you get sick? Are you laying flat on your back for a week after that because you hurt something physically or emotionally? What's happening? So feel free to share if you have anything, what drains your energy or what gives you energy. Drop it in the chat. I'd love to hear from you, and I can coach you right here on the call if you are willing to put it into the chat. So even if you're watching the replay, you can still be active in this, and I will get back to every single one of your comments. So notice what drains you and notice what fills your cup. Now, what I have found every single time I have done this exercise are the things that drain me are actually things that I can control. And what we think in our mind until we write it down is like, I'm powerless over these, right? Like I have no control over these. But some of the things that drain me is like worrying. I I can actually control how much I worry or have anxiety, right? That's a choice of a thought, right? Or it's like maybe I um incessantly work on a project that like isn't even meaningful to this, right? That drains my energy. Or when I just kind of cycle through or not making decisions, that drains my energy. And I actually have complete control over that, right? So when I take back that power, it's really more powerful. And then when you see, right, what gives you that energy, you can just be aware of that and you can say, yes, wow, yes, I have energy when there's a deadline. So how do I balance that out so that I'm not ripping the rug out from underneath me every single time I have a project coming up and going on these roller coasters, and maybe getting it done in advance, which is going to feel weird for you. It's going to feel scary for you, but it's going to be so much fun. So Karen said, if I look at the whole elephant of tasks to do and I realize I have either forgot to do something or I have too much to do, or I feel like it's all going to be so hard, I will have no life at all. So I avoid all of what I need to do. Yes. So what drains Karen's energy is when she looks at her task list or when she realizes that she did not get something done. That is incredible knowledge, Karen, because with that, you can work to prioritize your day. You can work to create the time schedule in your time in advance, right? By dumping it all out the week before and saying, oh, I have these. And yes, I am human. So there are tasks that won't get done, frankly, or there are tasks that are more important. So this is where prioritizing and time management comes in, which is what we focus a lot on in the Amplify Academy. The students there are just masters of their time and they respect their time. And that's because they've shifted their thoughts and made a choice about that versus their time kind of dragging them through their days or their weeks or their tasks. Thank you so much for sharing, Karen. I appreciate you. You have the power to choose your energy, but first you need to be aware of what drives it. Right? What does drive your energy? Is there a certain person? What gives you energy? Maybe when you delegate something, maybe when you ask for help, right? So knowing that, be aware of what drives your energy and be aware of what pulls it back down. This awareness alone is going to change your life. It's going to change your business. Good job doing this. And again, if you're watching the replay, if you're driving, come back to this and pause and do this for your business. It's so important to get your time back. So step 2, we're going to create a sustainable energy plan, right? It's like, like a wind farm or a dam. No, we're like even cooler than that. Once you know your energy patterns, it's time to design a rhythm that works for you. One that doesn't rely on you being at peak performance every single day. And again, I like to do this looking ahead, right? Like if I have a really full day, I know that maybe the next morning I'm going to take some time for myself, or I'm going to be very intentional with what I need to do, or I focus all of my energy or creativity or focus in the mornings because that's when I am more focused. I see a lot of you joining here, you guys. This is so incredible. If you're just joining or if you're watching the replay, write your name, where you're from, and what business you have or what you do for work, where your passion lies in life. And we're talking all about creating sustainable success. So step 2 is create your sustainable energy plan. So when we know these things, awareness is so key, right? We often go around saying things, having beliefs, functioning in our daily life and in our business with the beliefs that are like totally untrue, or that we've made up, or that we've created as a form, a way of protection, or that someone else has told us, and we don't even realizing it. We don't even realizing. See, I just made up a word. I love to make up words. We don't even realize it. It's just a part of who we are. So it's a conscious choice. It's a conscious decision to focus, find that awareness, and then design a rhythm that works for you, one that doesn't rely on being at that peak performance every single day, because we are humans and you are not a robot, right? We know that there's life that happens. We know that things happen. We know that maybe we have a family or we have kids and their energy, is off on a certain day and we need to give them more energy versus our business. Okay. So I want you to begin by defining one high energy task and one lower energy task for the day. So think about this. Think about what your high energy tasks are. Like, what tasks do you do in your business that you need a lot of energy, right? For me, it's like hosting these master classes, coaching. And what's interesting enough is that the things that take energy for me, they also create energy, right? One of my friends shared a post yesterday, and she's like, "Isn't it so interesting that when we expend energy, we create it?" Just like a power plant, right? It's like we create that. But I want you to start defining and looking at your tasks on like, is this a high energy or is this a low energy task? And then I want you to define one for each day, right? This could mean scheduling, client meetings on high energy days and more creative work or reflection on low energy days. Or on low energy days, what I like to do is like go through things like my budgeting or my accounting. That's not something that I like absolutely 100% love to do in my business, but it's a part of my business and it's important to me, right? But when I'm doing something where I want to show up with a lot of energy with my full self, I will make sure that I'm very intentional about when I schedule those and when I create time for that. Right. And so if you know you have the most energy and are more focused in the morning, right, schedule high energy tasks for that time. You can schedule lower energy tasks for times and days when you're not as focused or energized, right? Maybe after a big event, maybe, right? We love to set ourselves up. We love to set ourselves up. It's like we're putting ourselves in a trap just to see how we'll do. And we are expecting that we will crash. We are expecting that or maybe we're expecting that we're just going to go again, like the Energizer Bunny forever and ever and ever and never quit. But it's so important to give yourself that rest. So it is important to have those lower energy days to say like, yeah, I'm going to slow down and regroup, recap. Maybe you do some journaling on that day. Maybe you come back to this exercise, come back to it over and over and over and define that, right? So have a plan and look ahead, right? Like, okay, I have a big meeting at the top of the hour. Maybe you head outside and go for a 5-minute walk, get some sunshine, get some fresh air, right? So this goes back to what gives me energy, what drains my energy. Right? What gives me energy is, connecting with nature, going outside, moving my body, maybe listening to a power song, right? Or coming into a power pose. We talked about a power pose in the Amplify Academy, and it's incredible by just sitting up, standing up tall, taking a few deep breaths, maybe raising your arms. It just changes your energy, right? So take a look at what on your day is a high energy or low energy task for you, and then give it what it needs, right? It's like, give it how much water it needs, give it how much food it needs. It's like your business is alive. You have to feed it, and you have to feed it with the right things. And when you do, it will yield incredible results, right? I also want to encourage you to apply or add some simple grounding exercises to support that energy renewal, right? Short breaks, mindful breathing, stretching, again, that power pose. My new favorite thing over the past year to do in my business is to take a power nap, right? It's like if I'm feeling low energy and I know I have something that needs more of my energy coming up, I'm going to say, okay, I'm taking 20 minutes and I'm taking a power nap. Never, ever, 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 ever 5-10 years ago would I ever have paused in my day to take a nap, because number one, I told myself that I'm more tired after I take naps. And when I take a nap, I can't just take a 10-minute nap. It has to be 3 hours. Again, that's the choice I made. That's the story I created. That's what I believed. And that's how I functioned. Right. And so have a plan, look ahead. What can I do to build that energy? I go outside and there's a place behind my house where I will skip between the shop and the house. Like I skip like a little kid, right? Do something fun, give yourself the energy, create it. At any moment you can create energy. And that, believing that, knowing that that's true, is the most powerful thing. It is so freaking powerful and so helpful with the sustainable success, because you're not always going to feel like you want to do it. You're not always going to feel energized and ready to go for your day, because you're a human being. And the more you practice this, the more you implement this, the more powerful it will be and the more you will build that muscle. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Conrad. She said this, or Karen, this helps to prioritize with my energy spikes. We're not done yet, Karen. We're not done yet. Stick around for the best part, right? So have a plan and look ahead. Add exercises in, whether grounding, right? If you are feeling like you're really high energy and you want to slow the pace, take a few deep breaths. Get on the floor and stretch, right? Um, find an affirmation or a power statement, I like to call them, that makes you feel, and say that, right? To bring you back to yourself. The goal is not to be on all the time, but to create a rhythm that lets you flow naturally. And when you start implementing these pieces and parts into your day that help ground you, that help find your rhythm, it will feel so naturally. It will feel so natural. It will feel so authentic, and it will be easier versus that forced energy that you show up to. Step number 3, embrace consistent momentum, not consistent hustle. There's a difference. There is such a difference, right? Consistent momentum is different than hustle. And busy, right? I created a word the other day that was busitize. That was my word, busitize. We busitize ourselves all the time, right? We're busy, but do we get anything done? And so embrace that consistent momentum, not the consistent hustle. It's so easy to get caught up in the belief that constant hustle equals constant success. Again, raise your hand, drop an emoji if you are a high achiever. If you're a high achiever, you have felt at some point in your life, maybe right now, that I've got to hustle. I got to do more. I got to keep working. I got to skip the family vacation. I got to, skip this, right? I can be being busy doing things that makes me avoid what I really want to do. Yes, Karen, you are a productive procrastinator. I feel you. Yeah, I've done that for years. And it just always feels like a constant hustle and a constant busy. And it was when I finally chose and decided to implement these processes that I teach in the Amplify Academy, where I just had this sustainable success. And it's incredible. So I want you to commit to 3 must do's a day, right? Because it's easy to get caught up in the belief that consistent hustle equals constant success. But sustainable success is about consistent, steady momentum. I have been sitting in my chair or wherever I might be, practicing gratitude for 4 years consistently. I could have quit after a month or 6 months or a year and said, you know what, this isn't working. But it's about making the constant choice to be consistent. And when you do, you will have an incredible results, an incredible outcome. So whatever you're doing, whatever, maybe self-care or physical care or whatever you're doing, if it feels good, if it feels in alignment, keep going with it. Give it a chance. Trust that it will work. Believe that it will work and do it consistently. And I'm not saying, right, because some of you maybe are like the Monday motivator people where it's like, hey, it's Monday. So I'm going to start my new diet and I'm going to make sure I do my budget every week. And I'm going to follow up with these clients and customers. And I'm going to create these landing pages and I'm going to do all of this. And then by Monday at noon, you're like overwhelmed. Anyone raise your hand? Raise your hand. Right? Katie says, I lack discipline. I encourage you to switch the script on that and say, I want discipline. Say what you want. Feel what you want. And when you do that, you'll start to feel the energy of what you want and you will walk more towards that. Right? I used to tell myself all the time, I'm not creative, right? Like someone has to give me a topic, someone has to give me whatever, and then I'll make anything. You guys, I was creating a business. I've been creating a business from the ground up for 8 years. I was telling myself a lie. I was believing that, right? So Katie, when you say I lack discipline, I encourage you to shift and switch the script and say, I want discipline. And you start acting into that. You start feeling that. You start stepping into that space. So I want you to be consistent and just choose one thing. Choose one thing because we don't want to overwhelm. And then when we create a habit like that, then we can keep adding more things in. Be kind to yourself. But I want you to commit to 3 must-dos every day. These are high-impact actions that will move your business forward even when your energy is low. So what I love to do before I end my day is I find 3 things, 3 must-dos the next day, and I have those not only in my planner, but they are scheduled in. Because when you just write it on a task list, it's like you're not actually giving it the time of day. Right? Think about like if I were to say to you like, yeah, let's have lunch tomorrow, but I don't actually schedule you in. I just kind of put you in the, my section in the passion planner is all about it's personal to-do list or work to-do list. I'm not going to schedule you and I'm just going to put you down there. You don't know what time, you feel unsure. It's not a priority, right? So think about that when you're doing your task for each day. So commit to 3 must-dos a day. These are high impact actions that will move your business forward, even when your energy is low, and you show up to them, right? You schedule them in advance and you show up to them. So every night before you go to bed, know your 3 must-dos for the next day. And that will help you sleep better because you're like, I've got these to do. I've already got them in my calendar. Done. It's already done. And that alone can help take that pressure off and will take the pressure off. So even if your schedule falls apart, you know that these are the only 3 things that you need to focus on, right? Circle them, put a star by them, whatever it is, whatever you can do. And Karen, I hear you say it's so hard when you're the business owner. I would love to have another conversation about that because I'm curious what is hard and that you're saying it's hard when you're the business owner, you let go of the power that you have because you are the business owner, right? So I'd encourage you to flip the switch and say, I want this to be easy, right? And we'll talk about that. We can talk about that more. That's such a great statement. Thank you for sharing that. Set boundaries with your time and energy. If you respect your energy will respect your schedule and your goals. Let me say that again. If you respect your energy will respect your schedule and your goals. Again, it's all about setting it up and then, keeping that promise to yourself. And I know that times change. I know that life happens. I know that you have customers or clients calling, right? But it's so important to have them respect your energy as well, right? And you do that, right? When people say like they don't respect my energy, it's because you're not respecting your energy. I promise you start respecting your energy and you will create that vibe so that other people will start respecting your energy. And it's incredible. Real lasting influence is built by staying steady, not sprinting from peak to peak, not sprinting from place to place, right? High achieving women such as yourself, they're like, gotta go, gotta be there last week, gotta have it done, right? And yes, I love a good deadline and I love a good project and I love, having that focus, but you can create that, right? You can create it with the smaller things too that you tend to procrastinate with. You can create it with anything you want. And that is the magic in this work. That is the magic of sustainable success and creating that influence and that energy and that income. So to recap, identify your energy triggers, right? What gives me energy, what doesn't give me energy. And you'll also want to identify those tasks, right? You can kind of put them in the same bucket, but like what tasks give me energy? What tasks drain my energy? Who are the people that drain my energy? And again, when I put things in this bucket, I always find that the things that drain my energy are actually things I can control. And it's the continual practice of looking at this and then taking the power back in that. So identify your energy triggers. And knowing that alone is so powerful because when you know that, then you can shift, right? When you acknowledge, then you can shift. You can acknowledge, or own it. I like to call it in the Amplify Academy, we work on owning it. And so we own it and then we shift. We make a conscious decision. Step 2, we create your sustainable energy plan in advance, right? Because I know you wake up and you're feeling low energy, you're not going to want to do it. So create that in advance, right? How many of you have had an accountability partner? Raise your hand if you've, had a coach or an accountability partner. I know some gals who walk every single morning, 4 mornings a week, they always show up. But they've said so often that, like, if this other person wasn't there waiting for me, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't have gone today, right? So find that accountability partner in yourself and in people who you're surrounded by. In me, I support so many people. I've been supporting women for years with accountability and showing up and encouragement, and it's incredible. So step 3, embrace consistent momentum, not constant hustle. You guys, this has been incredible. Remember, you are here to create sustainable success, a business that grows with you without sacrificing your energy or well-being, right? I know that you came into this business probably for more energy and for more freedom and for more time, but that's not what's happening. And so creating that business that grows with you without sacrificing your energy or well-being is so powerful. With these steps, consistency becomes your path to influence, income, and fulfillment. It is so incredible. All right, before we wrap up, please share any comments you have in the chat. Send me a DM. If you're just joining or watching the replay, drop your name, where you're from, and what work you do or what passion you have deep down in your belly. And before we wrap up, I have some exciting news to share. I am thrilled, like thrilled beyond measure to announce that I am a featured author in the upcoming Change Book series with a chapter called You Are a Gift, because you are a gift. This is an incredible project that I've truly been working on my entire life. And I'm so honored to share my journey and the powerful lessons I have learned. So stay tuned for details on how you can grab your copy soon. It's going to be available very soon. Keep watching me, keep watching my page, and I'm going to share how you can get a hold of this very soon. I can't wait to get my hands on it too. And if today's session resonated with you, I invite you to join my Amplify Academy, where we dive deeper into creating sustainable success. In the Academy, we do this work together. Remember that accountability piece? There's a whole group of us on the same mission, supporting each other, learning from each other, growing, and it's incredible. We find your rhythm, we amplify your energy, and we support each other every step of the way. Could you imagine that support? It's incredible. It's where businesses are made on this beautiful platform of stability, of sustainability, of success, versus that go, go, go. And then, oh man, go, go, right? It's like, no, we're just creating this platform and this sustainable success. And it's incredible. This is not just about learning. It's about transforming how you live and lead in your business. You are a leader. It's time to start showing up. If you're ready for that next level of support, I would love to have you join us. So I want you to drop the word Academy below to schedule a call with our strategist, Sarah, to get started in the Amplify Academy today. You do not have to do this alone. With the right guidance and community, sustainable success just becomes your new normal. How beautiful is that? You are truly capable of building a business that honors your energy and lights you up. You guys, let's make it happen. Drop the word Academy in the chat to schedule a call with our strategist, Sarah, to get started in the Amplify Academy today. I love you guys so much. This has been incredible. I'll talk to you soon.